And in all seriousness, Black Lives Matter did nothing for our community. And most of the men that were killed by cops deserved it.
Hey beautiful people, how you are doing today? It's your girl Destiny here and welcome back to my channel. How you are doing? Hope you guys are doing great. So today's video, we want to talk about the trend, things I am afraid to admit as a black person, but now I am not. So this whole trend started off with the comparison I played in the beginning of the video, the intro of the video, of this black queen who went on to share this to start off this trend, and this trend has gotten a lot of people talking, and a lot of black people are sharing things that they are afraid to admit as black people, but now they are not. And the lady that started it, this is what she wrote. She said, I used to be afraid to admit this as a black person, but now I am not afraid anymore. And she went on to say, I get really nervous and anxious when I'm around hood people. And this video, that statement she made really got a lot of people talking, which we're going to get into that later on. But this also has also struck the conversation for black people to share some of the things they are afraid of, some of the things they don't want to admit as black people, but now they want to say it out loud for the world to hear. And for me, some of them were really lighthearted. They were just saying some things for fun, while some were really going in deep. Just like the way the original creator said, she gets nervous and anxious when she's around hood people. Who are hood people? You get what I'm saying? Anyway, guys, let's go check out what people think. People sharing their own things as black people that they are scared to admit, they are afraid to admit, but now they are sharing. And let me know down in the comment section if you have anything that you are afraid to admit, but now you feel like you're okay, you're going to admit it and say it out loud. I'm going to share mine later on in the video. If I'm not afraid anymore, I will. But if I am, I'm going to zip up my mouth. Anyway, let's go check out people's thoughts on this. What are the things they're afraid about, but now they want to speak it out? Let's go check it out. Then we'll come back and talk more.
The thing I'm afraid to admit as a black person is that it brings me a certain level of disgust and deep-seated fear to know that I live amongst so many double agents, because just within a black American culture, when we see one another or we see one of our own out in public, because we're very easy to make out in comparison to everyone else in society, your natural go-to is to be on some link up, me and you protect me, I protect you type timing, because we know anything could go left, and at that point, we all we got. But to know with a trend like this that is so many double agents is nauseating, because it's like y'all living a double life, but the other side of the coin that you're trying to live is never going to accept you. The fact that y'all have such visceral reactions to the existence of such a different variation of black existence amongst us is actually kind of sickening. And I want y'all to know that, like, when trends like this go viral, all you doing is marking your line in the sand. We will never forget you. We will never forget you. A lot of y'all is not American too, so y'all don't realize that here in the United States, there's always a revolution that is not televised. So y'all can keep making y'all little jokes for engagement, how y'all scared of the ghetto people, or you scared of the poor blacks, or whatever other crazy stuff that y'all saying in these little slides, because one day you gonna get your wake-up call just like everybody else do, and you gonna realize very quickly that they're gonna treat you just like them.
Exactly.
Respectfully.
Exactly. Some things I'm afraid to admit as a black person. I can do that. Okay.
Something that I'm not afraid to admit as a black person is the only kind of black people that I don't like are the ones who don't care how they make us look. Notice how I didn't put a specific label on that kind of person. Because do y'all remember that Keith Lee situation in Atlanta with them black-owned restaurants? Wasn't nothing hood about that at all. But them kind of black folks I don't like. Black elitists. Black people who feel like they are better than other black people because they got a little something, something. You're just as dangerous as that crash out nigga from the hood. Now, do I like ghetto hood rat shit? Absolutely not. But ghetto and hood rat is not specifically to black people. Yeah. And that's something that a lot of y'all with this trend are not seeming to understand. Oh, what y'all are saying is anti-black. Y'all giving white people a reason to be racist. Baby, we don't need to give white folks a reason to be racist. Are you fucking stupid? They was gonna do that anyway. When a white person can see Malcolm X and Nipsey Hussle walk into the room together, and I guarantee you, to them, they both niggas. Just one got a suit and one got a blue bandana. To them, it's no different. I don't got a problem with people from the hood. First of all, I grew up on the east side of Atlanta. I stayed off Candler Road. Every weekend, I was at Stonecrest Mall or Golden Glide running from bullets from Black Mob and the fam. All my family's from Birmingham, Alabama, and they all live in the projects. The hood is just a part of my whole DNA sculpture. There's another type of black person that we should be kind of weary of too. They're called new blacks. New black is a person who never really fully identified the fact that they were black. They never really felt connected to the culture. Then out of nowhere, somewhere around after Trayvon Martin and Ferguson, they suddenly became extra black. They gotta overcompensate for the years of blackness that they missed out on. New blacks are the kind of people that wear t-shirts that say half holy, half hood. Shit like I got a degree but nuck if you buck. That is textbook new black shit. I don't like them just as much as I don't like ignorant crash out folk from the hood, just as much as I don't like black elitists who think they're better than everybody. There are some people in the suburbs who will do you worse than people from the hood. By the way, automatically attaching ghetto-ness to blackness is also anti-black. Y'all have a good evening.
I was never really a part of any of the trends on TikTok, but I guess I'm talking about get this one a chance. So I guess the trend right now is, as a black person, I'm afraid of, I guess as a black person, I'm afraid to actually admit that a lot of the times when you be hearing on the news when they say that black on black crime is extremely high, and then you see some other like super wealthy black people come in and say, well, they're just being racist about that. There, any place you're at, hey, it's a lot of black on black violence going on. And it ain't even just that. It's just the fact of, with me being a person that actually used to live in the hood, you know what I'm talking about, then my mama got us out the hood on Section 8, and then I had to go back to the hood, then finally I'm out the hood again. So I was able to get some education outside the hood and get some knowledge in this head of mine. This is what I can say. It's wars going on in all 50 states and all the inner cities. You know what I'm talking about? All the inner cities, not only is it wars going on, but the youth are at war, and the youth are literally killing each other. And the lyrics that y'all be hearing inside the music of them literally telling y'all who they want to go kill next and which one of their partners got killed, and that they better go spin a block. They not capping about this, you know what I'm talking about? So yes, as a black person, I am afraid to admit that there's a whole lot of the youth dying, and they're going to continue dying, and I don't think there's no type of resolution, because people, they really killing because they partners done got killed. So or somebody's brother done got killed, so now he got to go kill the people that killed his brother. So it's just an endless cycle of killing and killing and killing. And then, of course, the youth are also being used as hitmen to go do some more killings, you know what I'm talking about, for money. So, you know what I'm talking about, there are actually youths that's getting paid a whole lot of money, and the only source for them to get money is to go do some killings, and they use that money maybe to provide for their family, flex a little bit, you know what I'm talking about, buy a little this, buy a little that, buy some big artillery and weapons for when the war, you know what I'm talking about, in the war that they actually already in. But yeah, it's definitely a war going on in pretty much all the inner cities. I don't think it's one inner city in the U.S. that a war ain't going on. You know what I'm talking about? And these wars are like already, World War III done already started in the hood. You know what I'm talking about? Y'all talking about World War III between China, the U.S., Europe, Russia, all these other places. World War III done already been started in the hood. And a lot of black people know this. Maybe, I don't know about the black people that's just completely never lived in the hood. You know what I'm talking about? Since I lived in the hood, I got still the feelings, and my peoples is still there and shit, and like I got, you know, that connection there. But I don't know if the black people that has never ever lived in the hood even understand just the level of how wild and crazy and that the wars that are actually going on. Now, people in the hood already know that there's wars going on from this hood to that hood at each other, and that hood, this hood, and the hood might just be 10 minutes apart, 15 minutes apart, so it's gonna be endless spinning and dying, you know what I'm talking about? But yeah, black people, somehow, some way, we gotta get a hand on that, and it's super hard to get a hand on it because a lot of blood done been spilled and bodies done been dropped, right? But with that being said, I guess I just did the challenge. What y'all think about it?
I used to be afraid to admit this as a black person, but I've never seen this movie, nor do I wish to see this movie, and I will probably not see this movie. If it wasn't about no cartoons, I could care less about this movie.
You baby.
I'm gonna be real with y'all. As a black person, I am scared of the hood. I really am. And I'm scared of the people that come out of the hood. And I also want to vote for Donald Trump. And in all seriousness, Black Lives Matter did nothing for our community. Mm-hmm. And most of the men that were killed by cops deserved it. And I think you hoes with these ugly ass lace fronts on are terrible. And these big lashes are disgusting. Better yet, hood culture in a total is nasty as fuck and ugly. And not classy. Going outside with a bonnet on is not classy at all. And by the way, bonnets are for everybody. So are braids. This is a few things I'm scared to admit as a black person. Okay, now I'm done playing. Anyways, I had a point behind all that shit I said. That is how it sounds when y'all say y'all are scared of hood people. Who the fuck is scared of Little Man, Day, Tavion, and his crew? Who the fuck is scared of Kiki, Keisha, and Grandma Bama? Who is scared of the hood, baby? You scared of criminals and gangsters. You are not scared of us hoodlums. Leave us out of your mouth.
I'm a black person and I'm scared to admit this, but there are times growing up that I was actually afraid of black people. Now hold up, don't count. I'm black, as you can see. I don't know, maybe you can't see, maybe you can hear, but I'm black. My parents are immigrants from Africa, so they're not even American. And when they came here in the 1970s, 80s, I'm not even sure when they came here, but when they came here, they somehow happened to move to New Mexico, a land where there are literally no black people around. So, from their perspective, the only black people they knew were other Africans or what they saw in the media, because American media portrayed black people in a certain way. They portrayed them in like the ghetto and the hood. So growing up, my parents were trying to teach me not to act like that, because that's the only representation of blacks we had at the time. And so like I kind of started becoming quote unquote white because I was raised in the suburbs and I was not trying to be black because that's the only black things I knew. It wasn't like today where you have social media and like people comfortable with their hair and comfortable in their bodies. It's only the movies we had, and they were doing with the information they had, trying to raise a kid. And so I grew up thinking that all black people, especially because in New Mexico there are literally no black people, so I grew up thinking all other black people, that's how they were, that's how they are, they're all ghetto, they're all from the hood, and I couldn't be more wrong. But there are people like that, and they do portray that stereotype, so it does exist, and I'm not trying to be around those type of people either. But you hear this same rhetoric too when you travel abroad, and people are scared of people with skin color like mine, because in the media, they're not portrayed like doctors and scientists and professors. They're portrayed as being in the hood and doing hood activities.
Things I'm afraid to admit as a black person, but not too much on me, because my mom made the very conscious decision to name me Becky. Okay? I never stood a chance. First off, I hate the song Dream Nightmares. I genuinely don't think it's a good song. And the hype makes it worse. Now, this is the one I'm really scared to admit. And it's that I've never seen Friday. Any of the sequels, any of that, any like black classic 90s movies, most of them I have not seen, okay?
Okay.
Growing up, my parents, and they still are very old school and conservative, so MTV and BET was not allowed in my house because they did not find it appropriate for children, which it wasn't. But because now that I'm older and an adult and I have the option to watch movies like Friday, Love is Basketball, I have never seen Love is Basketball. But now that I'm grown, I don't have the desire to see those movies because I don't have like an emotional or like nostalgic connection or attachment to it. And it's not really my taste anyway. And every man I dealt with in my entire life has said, oh, I'm gonna put you on Friday. Da, da, da. I'm 26, still haven't seen Friday. So I guess I'll know it's real when a black king shows me the movie Friday and I pop my black cinema cherry because I'm clearly was sheltered as a child.
Something I'm not afraid to admit as a black person is that while y'all are afraid of the ghetto people, I'm actually afraid of the black people that got success. See, when you come from a community that's typically deprived and disadvantaged systematically, once you get your piece of the pie, you're willing to do anything to keep it. See, the thing about people in the ghetto or hood people, they learn how to survive with what they got. And they become content and happy and build a life in that community and are fine with it. They're not looking always to just take from the next motherfucker coming. Don't get me wrong, it's some survivors in the hood, so they're gonna do what they gotta do. Stay out their way. But them motherfuckers at the top, they so slick, they so sly with it, they're such energy leeches. They'll have you coming around thinking that they want to help you and elevate you. Whole time they want to make sure that your ass don't rise above another notch. So while y'all afraid of the hood people who show you exactly what it is, I'm afraid of the motherfuckers that don't show their hand but got all the cards. And one more thing. A lot of y'all aren't as bougie as y'all think y'all are. Y'all a lot closer to these hood people than y'all fear than the rich people that y'all aspire to be like. Clock it.
Please go down in the comment section and share your thought. Love to know what you think about this conversation down in the comment section. But please keep it respectful. Here on this channel, we're allowed to disagree, but we do it in a respectful way. So feel free to share your opinion. Okay, love to know what you think. And if there's anything you're afraid to admit, but you feel you want to, go ahead and share your thought. This video, there's going to be a part 2 because a lot of people were responding to people that did this trend and what they were saying and how they were saying these things, which that video is going to be the next video after this one, because I know this for personally, this old trend has given me a lot of misreaction and I don't even know what to do. So I'm going to share my own reaction in the other video. But what was one thing as a black person that I was afraid to admit? I'm trying to think really hard. What? I feel like maybe back in the days, maybe, but now I feel like I'm going into a beautiful woman that I'm bold. I stand on 10 toes. Like, I'm really not afraid. I'll say what's on my chest, and it is what it is. So what I'll say, what could have been something that I used to be afraid of? Okay, I would say one of the things I would say is that we as black people, we can be racist among ourselves. I don't know if that makes sense. Like, I feel like among the community of black people, I know I may catch a slack for it, but guys, you guys know, you guys are allowed to disagree with me, please, and air your thoughts. Educate me if you know, okay, she's wrong, do your thing. But I feel like as black people in general, both African Americans, we can be racist among ourselves. And there's this hierarchy where this one feels I'm better than you, this one feels I'm better than you, this one feels I'm better than you. Maybe it boils down to classism and all that. And I feel like it has been embedded in a lot of black people that they're closest to whiteness, the smarter they are, like they are better than you. So the closer you are to a white person, you are, like, you see, it gives that inferiority complex to make you feel like you are better than other black people, especially in my society, in my culture, that whiteness is being worshipped in my culture, in my society, in my country to date. The closer you are to whiteness, including from skin color, the way you talk, the way you approach things, the way your mannerism, the closer you are to whiteness, the more serious people take you, the more you are better than the other people. People in my society take their time to learn how to speak like foreigners, that learn how to have the American accent or the British accent because it's being glorified here in my culture. So yes, black people, we can be racist among ourselves. Racist colorism, whatever I want to call it, but we discriminate among ourselves and we need to cut it out. Much as we come and talk about how other ethnicity, other races discriminate against us because of our skin color, we do worse to ourselves. Anyway, guys, please go down in the comment section and share your thought. Love to know what you think about this conversation down in the comment section. So please share your thought, but please keep it respectful, okay? So there's going to be a part 2, like I said, and I'm going to leave it down in the description box. So you click on it so you catch up with the part 2 and hear people's reaction and what they think about this trend. But let me know your own thoughts and some of the things you are scared to share or admit as who you are. Anyway, guys, with that all said, guys, don't forget to share this video with someone that you want to be part of the conversation, because that's what we do here. We have banging conversations, so go ahead and share this video. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, smash the like button, because that helps YouTube to push out my content for more people to see it and join in the conversation. And so give it a thumbs up. Okay, subscribe if you haven't subscribed to the channel, and I will see you guys in my next video. Deuces.